Good morning, reefing people. I just received an order of ORA, the captive grown, the corals from Ocean States Aquaculture in Florida. They had some absolutely beautiful, beautiful, the largest frags I've ever purchased for really cheap prices. And I bought three different types of the Puslepora and two the digitatas. No more acroporas for me, babe. Anyway, the corals came in, and of course I didn't do my research ahead of time on these really unbelievable plugs. And if you search the internet for ORA coral plugs, you're going to find out there's a hate community of these things. This is a super, super hard plastic. Now, normally when I get a coral plug, I would take my bone to cutters and I would just snip it off right where so this would be flat on a normal, the coral plug, I'd just cut that off like that and mount it. Well, good luck cutting that with bone cutters unless you have like Superman hands or something. It's really super hard, the plastic. And I said, why in the heck do they use these things? Well, I found it, and it's actually kind of cool. Here's Mark Callahan, which everybody in this hobby knows. And what it is these things along the back are called Carlson the Surge. And what they do is they don't use power heads, which you're going to see here in a second. They just release a huge amount of water with time. As this fills up, then it drains all at once, then it refills up again. And they had to invent these plugs to keep their corals in place, otherwise they just wash away.
Whoa, I don't see any power heads in this tank, right? One of the other reasons and way we're able to keep our costs down is limiting the electrical usage of multiple power heads. So in a usual aquarium, you'll have vortex, you'll have rios, you'll have all sorts of stuff moving water around. We use these big Lavex garbage cans.
So water comes in and it's like a surge system?
Correct. This is called the Carlson surge device. So water goes in, it fills all the way up to this 45-gallon mark, and then once the siphon breaks, you get 6 inches of water blasting through here, circulating all the corals, getting all the detritus out, going down these drains, keeping these corals growing normally as you would in the wild.
So other than scrubbing algae maintenance, there's not a lot to maintenance to do on these corals, and then just let them.
Isn't that like the coolest thing you've ever seen? I just demounted my frag plugs from the ORA, the frag mounts. Like I said in a previous video, this is a hard plastic, real hard. And you see it's got an indent in it. So they put the glue down in there, and they mount the coral frag up. And you can't cut this unless you have like a bandsaw or something. And I wasn't going to do that. So I looked on the internet of how to demount these. And one thing that was suggested over and over again was to use pliers. And what they suggested is that you grip the top as thus. And if you're going to do this, make sure you get it really straight, because if it's at an angle, it's going to pop. And you squeeze it really hard. And after doing that, you can grab the base of the frag plug and wiggle it, and it'll pop out. Now, I tried to film this in real time, but I dropped things. Things were shooting all over the place. I couldn't do it. So I had to go ahead and do it and then follow up with the simulation of it. But it did work. The first one I did, I broke, and I'll show you. And the others, they came out okay. So let's look at the others. Okay, anything on white, the real white are the new ones. And I broke one, so it's this one and its brother in the back there. And I just mounted both frags. They broke at the base, which was lucky. But the others, they did exactly as the internet said. When I squeezed that and then wiggled them, they popped out. And then I mounted them on these plates. So it does work. The corals aren't too upset. They're already coming back. That one's already fuzzed out. So it does work. I still don't like those plugs very much, but they have a reason for it, as I stated in a previous video. So there you go, how to demount these bad boys.